Yeah, so you see them warring down there in the Middle East. Alright? The Valley of Yahawashi, the Valley of Judgment, the Valley of Decision. Alright? Because all them troops being sent over there, they're not gonna come back. They're gonna die there. They're gonna stay there and they're gonna die there. Alright? There's gonna be a great slaughter there. That's why it's called the Valley of Judgment, man. Yahawashi, Yahawashi, yeah. Jehoshaphat. The Valley of Decision. All the armies, Russia, Iran, NATO, all these nations, they're gonna gather down there to make war, the third woe. 2 woes have passed, the third woe is on the way. And this is the rumors of war. So if you can't see that we're in the end times, man, then you know. But anyway, it says, so let's continue. It says, 2 Peter 3 and verse 4. Verse 3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation. Exactly, because they can't see this thing coming. They can't see it because they're so occupied in their own lusts, walking after the imaginations of their wicked mind. You know, that they're just completely deceived, and this whole truth is but a stumbling stone to them. Why? Because they're not of the elect. Because the elect is going to hear this, man. They're going to hear the voice of the Lord, and they're going to follow. The sheep hear the Lord's voice, and the Lord, the Most High, is speaking through the men who you see out there in the highways, in the streets, you know, at the gates of the city, calling you brothers to enter in, man. Enter in to the gates of the nobles, man. You know, Isaiah the 13th chapter. We're the ones holding up the banner, man. All right, and waving a hand at you and shit. But like I said, this is for the elect, the 1/3. Only you gotta have ears to hear. I'm not trying to wake up all black people like General Butt Cheeks, ISUPK, the arsehole himself. We're not doing that, alright? It's about the beloved. Those brothers whose minds are pure. So right, because the 2/3 of our people, they're walking after their own lust, you know? They're doing what they want to do. They're caught in their way. They don't want to come out of their way. And the reason why they say they talk this shit, they come out with all these excuses to try and defer the word, is because they don't give a shit about the word, man. They're in their own lust, man. They're in their temporary glory, man. They're bounding up treasures on earth. But we hopefully the elect, you know, we're doing otherwise. We're bounding up treasures in the kingdom to come, for the kingdom to come, man. You know? We're trying to get that seal. We're trying to get sealed out here, man. We're not trying to... Anyway, so it says, verse 5, for this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of the Most High, the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water, and in the water, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished. Alright? Because that was the world that was back then. That's talking about the time of who? Noah. Alright? Noah was a preacher of righteousness. Alright? He's trying to get the people to hearken unto the word of the Lord, man. That's where the righteousness is at. Righteousness is not by your own way of righteousness, man, because that's our people. Romans the 10th chapter. They've gone about seeking after their own righteousness, man. They don't take heed. They don't hearken unto the righteousness of the Most High. You know, our people are proud, man. They're fucking proud, and they're gonna die in their pride because they've gone after the way of Esau, who is the proud, man. They're the proud, the Edomites, the so-called white people. While people, they're willingly ignorant. They're willingly ignorant. They want to be ignorant because they're going after their own lusts. And Peter was saying this, man, over 2,000 years ago. And the same, and it's all happening now. You know? So wait. Alright, let me just get a precept. It says 2 Peter chapter 2 verse 5, and spared not the old world, but saved Noah, the eighth person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly. Alright? Who's the ungodly back then? All them different nations that were back then. And the same thing's gonna happen now. There's gonna be a flood of fire, a flood of destruction, man. That the nuclear missiles are gonna bring. The Most High is gonna put the spirit upon on the people to riot, to come up against the government, to war with the government, civil unrest, and all of that, man. Nuclear destruction and the lasers from the chariots, which are the Lord's, the Most High's army, which are the angels, which the so-called white man calls UFOs, unidentified flying objects. That's gonna be the flood of destruction, man. The second death. The second death upon this earth. But before that time, you'd have preachers of righteousness, which is the brothers you see out here right now. People talk about righteousness. What the hell is righteousness? Well, let's find out what the hell righteousness is. Let's find out what that is. Because people talk about, you got the Rastafarians or righteousness, right? What is righteousness? Let's find out what that is. Deuteronomy chapter 6 verse 24. And the Lord commanded us to do all these statutes, to fear the Lord our God, whose name is Yahweh, for our good always, that he might preserve us alive, as it is at this day. And it shall be our righteousness, if we observe to do all these commandments before the Lord our God, as he hath commanded us. And this was spoken on by Moses 1451 BC. That's when that was told to the nation of Israel, man. Edifying them that this would be our righteousness if we keep the laws, man. So the Most High, so it will preserve us alive, you know, that we may live. Because right now our people are walking in the valley of the shadow of death, man. Because the wicked are in authority. The laws aren't being exalted now. And we're trying to preach to you righteousness, man, to keep the laws, man, so we might be preserved, so we might receive salvation, man. So back to 2 Peter 2 and go at 6 now. And turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly. Modern day Sodom and Gomorrah, or in the ancient world, Sodom and Gomorrah was in the Middle East where them damn Hamites were. Right, so what you call the Africans of today, it's the native Africans. Alright, because you got our people mixed amongst them Africans, but I'm talking about the Hamites, man. The Hamitic people, the Hamites, Canaanites. Those were the inhabitants of Sodom and Gomorrah. They were the ones ruling Sodom and Gomorrah. They were the faggots, they were the lesbians. And Esau really got how to be a faggot off of them, man. You know? the devil worshippers and shit. Those are them so-called Africans, man. Inhabitants of Sodom. How do we know that America is the motherfucking modern day Sodom and Gomorrah? Let's find out. Revelations chapter 11, verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. Our dead bodies shall lie in the great city. Is not America a great city, man? Yes, it is. It's a great city. Alright? All other nations fashion their major cities in the likeness of New York, of America, the United States. They fashion it after the United States, showing you that America's that what do you call it? That's the word I'm looking for. It's like a more or less like a prototype, like the original blueprint, so to speak. I'll use that for lack of better terminology. But that is the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom. Passing legislations for homosexual and lesbian marriages. Alright? And it's called Egypt, spiritually. Because at the back of a $1 bill, what do you see there? You see a pyramid there with the missing capsule and the all-seeing eye. The eye of Horus. Horus was an Egyptian deity. But anyway, innit? And we be dead because we're spiritually, we've cast off that old man now. Talking about the elect. Because only their spiritual dead bodies are going to lie in that great city. I mean, we're going to cast off the old man and put on a new man, which is fashioned in knowledge after the Most High, Yahawashi, who created us, man. Talking about righteousness and this wisdom and knowledge, man. You know? So we keep the commandments, we live, you know? 2 Peter's 2 and 7. And delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. For that righteous man dwelling among them, and seeing and hearing, vexed his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds. So that's how you're supposed to be right about now in this place, man. If you have a pious, like a righteous spirit, a righteous soul, your soul is meant to be like this. Every time you see wickedness, it will smite your spirit, man. It smokes your spirit, man. You know, with their unlawful deeds, man. You see some foul stuff when you go down central London. You see foul stuff, man. You see men walking together and one man stroking the back of the other man's head, and you just you know, it vexes your spirit. But that's the spirit, because you got that big wide clown from 14th Street Israelites talking about, why are you so angry? Because he hasn't got a spirit of righteousness in him, man. He's not vexed. And he's not, the scriptures, like I said, man, everything is written aforetime for our learning. So he's damn sure not a man of the Lord. No, he's not a man of the Lord. And